In today's video, we're going to talk about thumb pulling for maxillary health. Thumb pulling is an exercise that we will explain how to do after we explain why it's important to do. If you want to start now, just press up on the roof of your mouth with both thumbs gently and firmly. More details to come. Here are reasons why thumb pulling is great for your health. Number 1, thumb pulling helps to expand the maxilla. It works to push those zygomatic bones out, expand your upper face in a beautiful way. Number 2, thumb pulling helps to reduce mid-face hypoplasia. If you have a recessed maxilla, or maybe a genetic condition like Apert syndrome or Krauss-End syndrome, this exercise will work to help expand the mid-face. Next, thumb pulling improves breathing by opening up the nasal passages. Have you ever noticed that you breathe better when you yawn or when you do a full-body workout and open up your ribcage? Well, that same concept applies here. By expanding the maxilla, you open up the nasal passages and are then able to get more oxygen through it. Signs you may be low in oxygen in your body, especially in your brain, are that you may feel tired, fatigued, or have difficulty concentrating. It will make you feel more energized because you're allowing more oxygen to enter in through the nose. Thumb pulling helps to expand the maxillary sinuses when you press gently and firmly up and laterally with your thumbs. This is where the majority of air may enter your body. Thumb pulling in this way stimulates the lymphatic system, which helps to reduce inflammation throughout the body. It activates the cranial nerves, which innervate the face and head region, helping with your vocal cords and their smooth function. When you activate these cranial nerves, it sends signals from the brain to the rest of the body. This helps brain waves, which cause feelings of relaxation and calmness that occurs after this lymphatic exercise. Good for the body and great for the mind as well. Thumb pulling can help to improve focus and concentration because it increases blood flow to the brain, and it stimulates the cranial nerves, which helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and in turn is responsible for resting and digesting. Thumb pulling is also known to help reduce the risk of developing obstructive sleep apnea. Why is that? Well, thumb pulling helps to open up the nasal passages and the airway, which allows for easier breathing during sleep. This will also help to reduce the severity of snoring. This is because when the nasal passages are open and the airway is expanded, there's less resistance to airflow, which can help to reduce the vibrations of the soft palate and the uvula, which is what actually causes snoring during the night. Last but not least, thumb pulling helps to stimulate the pituitary gland, which is important for overall health and well-being. The pituitary gland is known as the master gland because it controls other glands throughout the body. By stimulating the pituitary gland, we can help to regulate hormone levels and improve overall health. You can do this while sitting, standing, lying down, doesn't matter. However, it's best to do with a chin tuck. Make sure to hold your thumbs gently and firmly pressing up and out for 30 seconds at a time. You may start to feel tension in the back of your skull right behind the ear. Again, what you're redoing is pulling the maxilla or roof of the mouth upwards and outwards while opening your mouth wide. And so what happens is over time with consistent practice of this exercise, you begin to create expansion in the maxilla. If you have crowded teeth, or maybe you have a crossbite or an underbite, this exercise can help to correct those things by expanding the maxilla. You may start to notice results after doing this 1 to 2 times per day after about 2 to 3 weeks. You're separating the maxilla, giving space to the cranial bones and expanding the maxillary sinuses, which then opens up the nasal passages, which allows for more oxygen to enter in through the nose. Now, there are several studies that have been done on thumb sucking, and they've shown that it can actually help to improve facial growth and development. In fact, there was one study that was published in the Journal of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery that showed that thumb sucking could help to reduce the severity of skeletal class 3 malocclusion. Skeletal class 3 malocclusion is a condition where the lower jaw is too far forward in relation to the upper jaw. And the study found that children who sucked their thumb had a greater degree of maxillary advancement, which could potentially help to reduce the severity of this condition. Another study that was published in the Journal of Craniomaxillofacial Surgery found that thumb sucking could help to expand the maxillary sinuses in infants. This is important because the maxillary sinuses are the air-filled cavities in the face that are located above the roof of the mouth. When these sinuses are underdeveloped, it can cause a number of problems, including difficulty breathing, poor speech development, and facial asymmetry. The study found that infants who sucked their thumbs had larger maxillary sinuses, which could potentially reduce the risk of these problems developing later on in life. Of course, thumb sucking is not a substitute for medical treatment. So try out this exercise for yourself and see how you feel. Notice if you have more energy, if you're breathing a little bit better. I hope you find that you have less of that brain fog and able to concentrate a little bit better. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumb pulling, you'll love it. Please press the like button so more people hear about this. Thank you so much for watching.